Coming up on MHS1,
we take a look into a long-standing tradition.
we get to know one of our newest art teachers.
And more.
And it's all coming up on MHS1. Good morning, McKinney High School. Today is Friday, September 29th. I'm Aiden Lewis.
I'm Morgan Wasserman, and you're watching MHS1. Recently, students are dealing with the constant changing weather conditions, which is affecting students getting to school on time. Jasmine Bantha brings us more.
This year, Texans had to endure a scorching summer, with the hottest day reaching 108 degrees Fahrenheit. With the fall coming to cool things down, we wonder how students were affected by the heat this summer.
The heat was unbearable this year. Granted, it's unbearable every year, but it was god-awful. Everyone was sweating, including myself, so not fun at all.
It's like I can't go out with my friends, and like if I want to just go out for a walk in the park, like I start sweating after like 2 minutes, so like I gotta always stay indoors and stuff.
Just when I go in the car, it's even hotter in the car than it was outside.
According to the National Weather Service, one major factor is the occurrence of a powerful El Niño phenomenon. El Niño refers to the warm phase of the Pacific Ocean's temperature cycle, where the sea surface heats up and extends across the equator. This warmer water alters weather patterns, leading to the higher temperatures experienced this year. Even though temperatures are starting to cool down, it is not the end of our extreme weather. It is predicted by the Farmer's Almanac that Texas will have unseasonably cold weather this year. This could potentially rival the power crisis Texans had to undergo in February of 2021, where the power grid failed to withstand the record low temperatures. This left the majority of Texans without access to electricity and some shortages of food and water.
The power outage affected me in many ways, like the heating going out, the electricity going out, and just not being able to keep warm or like make food.
We didn't have anything to heat ourselves except like the fireplace, so we just mainly stay in the TV room just the whole day doing nothing.
If these conditions are to return to us this winter, it is recommended to prepare by stocking up on food and water, setting aside warm clothing, and gathering battery-operated electronics such as flashlights, radios, portable chargers, and other necessities. This is Jasmine Bantha reporting for MHS1.
Beat the Drum is a long-standing tradition at MHS during Crosstown Showdown, and this past week the tradition was kept alive when we played our rival, McKinney Boyd. Addison Jones, Sage Jordan, and Cannon Cavender bring us more.
During Homecoming/Beat Boyd Week, clubs and different groups continued our annual tradition of Beat the Drum. We couldn't find much about the origin of Beat the Drum, but we do know it was done in the 90s for Homecoming and revived again when it came to Crosstown Showdown for North High School and soon Boyd High School.
My name is Coach Vincent. So I really don't remember Beat the Drum. I actually went to high school here. I graduated a very long time ago in 1996, so this is like my home. So when I was in high school, I don't know if I was just too involved in my social life and volleyball and things that I did around here, but I don't remember us having it in high school. But I became a teacher here 16 years ago, and my kids started wanting to do it. So I really think for like 16 years, at least 16 years, I can remember us doing it. And the rest is history.
Hi guys, I'm here with
Stella Henderson.
And what club are you representing today at Beat the Drum?
Student Council.
So are you excited? Are you having fun? What's the vibe?
Yeah, I'm definitely excited to keep on the tradition, but it can get a little noisy, so.
All right, any last words?
Go Lions.
Although most of the tradition is unknown, our school has kept it going for years, and you can too. Look out for next year's Beat the Drum on @McKinneyStuco on Instagram.
Now here's an important message about senior tributes and leaving your mark in the yearbook. Tyler Killian, Eve Alvarado, and Claire Toole bring us more.
Seniors, your chance to get a spotlight in the yearbook is closing. All payments and forms are due October 31st. You can choose between a full page, a half page, a quarter page, and an eighth of a page. Seniors, this is a way to leave your mark at McKinney High School.
Now here's Ava Grajeda with our sports update.
Hi, my name is Ava Grajeda, and this is your MHS1 sports update. On Tuesday night, our volleyball team beat Geyer in 3 sets and is now tied for 4th in our district. Today, our tennis team will play at home against JJ Pierce. Last Friday, our football team had their crosstown showdown and homecoming game and beat Boyd 42-7. Tonight, they will play Braswell away. That's all for our sports update. Back to you guys at the desk.
Now here's Fine Arts in the Field with Reagan Reeves.
Hello Lions, welcome to Fine Arts in the Field. We have choir's fall concert on Tuesday, October 3rd, and the following week, orchestra will be preparing for their fall concert on October 12th. Come show your support and we hope to see you there. Now, here's Angeline Breiner and Kate Britt with a feature on the Lost Art Club.
The Lost Art Club is a publication of different forms of art created by students. It takes a deeper dive into the high school art community.
So the Lost Art Club is a club where we compile different student literature like short stories and poetry, as well as other creative works such as photography, drawings, paintings, and sometimes even musical compositions. And we take all these artworks and we put it in a magazine to show off all the creative talents that students at McKinney High have. So the main goal of the Lost Art Club is to create a magazine or a little book at the end of the year that shows off all the creative talents of the students at McKinney High School. And so our main goal is to find a theme and then find artworks and poetry and short stories that kind of fit that theme and pair them up together, so when you're reading the short story or the poem, there's almost like a visual that aligns with it. I think one of the biggest perks about being in the club is the community. Everyone that knows about the club and is interested in it loves the idea of making something that encapsulates everything that the students here do.
If you'd like to join the Lost Art Club, it is located in E102, Miss Eldridge's room, and is hosted every Thursday from 2:45 to 3:15.
Thank you. Now back to you at the desk.
For me, teaching is one of those things that it's really an empowering job because you're seeing your work, not necessarily immediate gratification from it, but years down the road when kids email you about the success they're having in college and how things that you said a certain day in class made a difference in their life, that's important to me. The reason I teach art is, again, I've always loved art. I always feel like there's a critical thinking aspect and being a creative outlet for it. And I think that is empowering in its own because you're teaching kids to not be so focused on the pragmatics of math, English, grammar, and things like that. And it's really giving them an outlet for them to just express who they are and what they like. I believe that if you care about somebody, you're gonna push them and you're gonna try to get the best out of them. And the reason that I love McKinney High so far is it's always the kids. Everywhere I've been, the kids make the place special. And I think as a teacher, you gotta be cognizant of that. And it will make your job easier and it'll make it fun if you're going back and forth with the kid and you're learning from the kids as well. The reason I got into art, or the reason art is important to me, is I feel like art gives individuals an outlet As a man, growing up a man, I struggled with getting a lot of my emotions out. It's always a taboo for men to put their softer side out. It's an outlet for self-expression, and it's one of many, but I feel like it's important because you can't vocalize things sometimes, so it's easier to just put it on paper. The things that set me apart as a teacher is I try my hardest to relate to kids. I try my hardest to know who they are, know what they're coming into the classroom with. I understand that everybody comes in with their own backpack, so to speak, of wealth, of knowledge. Everyone is different, but everybody's bringing something to the table.
When people think of McKinney High School, one word that often comes to mind is clean. This is thanks to the unsung hero, the robot Zamboni. We sat down with the robot Zamboni and his older counterpart to see exactly what goes on behind the scenes and how McKinney High School is the cleanest school on the planet.
Took this job because the janitorial services purchased me. The staff loves me. They know that I'm a smooth, easy ride, and I get my job done. So they give me independence too. They let me kind of explore, do my own thing. So
I love what the new Robot Zamboni is doing for our community and our school. I love how clean our floors are and how much he's making a change for the environment. But sometimes I just miss my old job and I just want my old job back.
yeah, I'm the upgrade. The old ones, they had to be wheeled around like they were elderly people. But me, I'm independent, I'm young, I'm fresh. I get to glide across the floor as I please.
I want to be the robot Zamboni that they know they can come to. It makes me a little emotional. Because I remember when
And I have these really cool lights on my face. You can see my emotion and what I'm saying.
Because I remember when I was the robot Zamboni. Their dreams.
Thank you, Robot Zamboni, for all that you do. This has been Emma Johansson, Charlie Taylor, and Champ Presley reporting for MHS1. That's all we have for you today, Lions. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and TikTok at MHS Mainstream.
And make sure to listen to our podcast on Spotify or on our website, mainstreamnews.com.
And remember, if it's news
And it's at McKinney High School, it's
MHS1.
MHS1.